So today we are going to be customizing the Debauchy, the Debauchy King, the Debauchy or whatever it's called, the Bing Bong Spectre. Okay, so this is about 600k to upgrade on Xbox One, PS4 and PC. I'm going to be using mods again today because I'm broke. I liked the Untitled GTB when I was customizing it on PC last time. Went onto Xbox One, sold a bunch of my cars, bought it, and now I'm broke. So I can't, even if I wanted this car, I wouldn't be able to buy it unless I've done some heist and shit. Or bought a shark card. So, here it is, the Debauchy Spectre, and then the Debauchy Specter Custom. This is spawned with some ricey ass colours, so we're going to have to change that. But of course, we're going to try out the standard Spectre first. Now, I believe this is based off like a Aston Martin DB10. I'm not too sure. The interior looks sick, actually. It's a bit sharp in some places, but I've never seen... Fuck! Right, so I've never actually seen an interior like this. It's quite nice and curvy. The steering wheel's really low down there, but you can see there's actually some flappy paddles there, which is cool. I can't see the dials, though, which is a bit of a shame. Revs up to 11k though apparently, but it shifts at 8. And the seats look a bit blocky. I imagine we're going to change that on the custom version. But I do believe it's a DB10. Now the custom version, now the wide body kit looks a bit like a Liberty Walk one. Again, it's a bolt-on one. Doesn't seem like a racing sort of one. You might be able to change that and remove the rivets. But I did see a concept on, I'm not too sure, I think it was on DeviantArt. I was looking it up, see what this car was like. And I saw a concept for a Jaguar CX-75, I believe it is. And this had a wide body Liberty Walk version on it, a concept that someone done. And that's what this one looked like as well. The interior, straight off the bat, let's see what it's like. I think it's pretty much exactly the same. This scatty, arable, ricey green. We're going to have to change that. So we're going to test out the standard car first, fully upgrade it, take it for a spin, and then we'll go and do the custom version. So again, guys, I am using mods to access all of this stuff. You guys will be able to do all this as well. Some of the mods are slightly different. Now, I think I'm getting ill. Now, the first one, we've got a carbon curve splitter. This is quite cool. I always like these splitters. Got the rods there as well, connecting it. I think we'll put that on, actually. I think we'll go for like a street look if we can. But again, we're not going to get tons of customization for the standard version. We can literally just have a tow hook for the rear. Suppose we'll put that on. Exhaust, we can have oval exhaust. Looks a bit weird. Now, there's just like a big surrounding box, like a hole, which looks sort of weird to have these exhausts in. I think I'm going to leave it standard. It looks a bit weird with the oval ones. Short carbon skirts, put them on. Spoilers. Oh, it's doing that dodgy glitch again. Sports spoiler. I'm going to leave it off. Don't really like it. Transmission, race, engine, of course. Don't forget to put the brakes on this time, like I always forget to do. But number plate, get rid of that scatty Yankton plate. Now, a lot of people like the Yankton plate. I think purely because it's a glitch on the consoles that you have to use to get it. Now, let me know in the comment section, do you like the Yankton plate or do you think it's scatty? Personally, I think it's scatty. I don't like any cars that have the Yankton plate on. Tint, so there isn't really much you can do to this car just like normally, which is no surprise really. Hopefully we get a ton of customization for the actual custom version. I was actually really surprised with the Untitled GTB when we customized that, how much customization there actually was for it. Actually, we'll go for like a proper Aston Martin. We'll make it steel grey. I believe that's a different name for the colour on Xbox. Not too sure what it's called. Secondary colour. Wheels, we'll leave them stock. They've got the actual Debauchy logo on there. Debauch, whatever the fuck you call it. So I do like those standard wheels, the split 10 ones for this car. I wouldn't normally have them on any other build that I do. So we'll take it out. Let's take it for a spin, see how quick it is. Ooh. I'm hoping this car will be a drift car. Because a lot of the actual Debauchys in game are quite good at drifting. Especially the Rapid GT is a really good drift car. It's also a really good drag car as well. Oh! It seems pretty good for drifting straight off the bat. If we manually lower it, it might be even better as well. The exhaust pops sound pretty cool. It is nice and easy to control when you're drifting it. It can be a bit snappy and sometimes just grab it, like grip dead easily. Right, we'll try and lower it and see if we can drift it that way. Right, so it's lowered twice on the back end. Hopefully it's going to do it all around without blowing up. Now, do remember on on PC, if you're on single player and you try and lower a car, it will damage it more than it would normally on online. Right, so there we go. We can lower it twice all round without any damage. It's torqued really nicely. This is some really nice stance. I imagine you're going to be able to do some nice stance builds with this. Hopefully we can lower the custom version as well. Let's take it for a drift. Of course the wheel's going through the arches there, but it does with most stance cars on GTA. Is it slidey? Seems ever so slightly more slidey, but it's still gripping again. But I suppose you could use this for drifting if you really wanted to. Let's try and drift this corner. Kind of. So let's try a launch and a mid-drive speed boost. So it doesn't look like it's actually doing the double clutch. So like constantly using the handbrake for drifting, that's probably how you're going to be drifting this car. I'm not really using the brakes much, just the handbrake. But then again, it does grab. So I'm sure you guys want to see what the actual custom version looks like. So let's get on to customizing that, and then we'll test out the performance. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, so we sorted the colours out, pretty much just murdered it. Now that sounded pretty sick when I got in the car to see what it sounds like. Let's see what it sounds like again. That sounds sick. It's sort of like one of those crackly like Armatrix exhausts or something. Hopefully when we upgrade the exhaust it'll sound even sicker. The exhaust pops sound pretty cool as well. Brakes, of course. Front bumper. So we've got quite a lot. We've got 14 front bumpers. There's the standard one we had on the normal version. Primary curb splitter, so the same colour as the body. Secondary. So I'm kind of liking that Rockstar put all of these different options in for us. It does feel a bit lazy in a way. Like it makes it look like there's loads of options for the car, but it's really just changing what paint you can put on them. Now, don't get me wrong, there is still plenty, so I can't really complain. But what do you guys think about? Would you rather have completely separate bumpers without the option to change the colours, or would you like these bumpers where you can just, there's not as many different styles as you might put it, but there's loads of different ways where you can sort of change the colour and it's not too massively changing the style. So let me know in the comment section, what would you prefer? So we've got hump splitter, whatever that is, inverted low splitter, so this is like sort of like a stance splitter, if you might put it like that. Now this would be quite a clean look, but I think I'm going to go with some rods on it, some wires. So go with the hump primary splitter. The rear bumper, we've got a tow eye, black sharp diffuser. That looks kind of weird. Carbon primary sharp diffuser, just a slight change in it again. Carbon fins, that's proper race car. Got black flick diffuser, chrome flick diffuser. Not really digging that. And then carbon flick. The one I like the most is this carbon sharp diffuser. So we'll go with that one. Exhaust, carbon side exhaust. Unfortunately, I can't really see it. Oh, it's coming out the side vents behind the wheels. That's mad. And then we've got chrome side exhaust and then oval side exhaust. Let's see what that looks like. That looks ridiculous. Carbon side exhaust. So we've got carbon ones there with a burnt tip as well. That looks crazy. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go with that one. Fender. Smooth livery arches. So that's going to make the livery look cool. So that's more like a race car version, I suppose, without the rivets. I'm probably not going to go for that one. Got the bolt-on secondary arches. That could look quite cool. Smooth secondary arches. Looks interesting. If you wanted to do like a wrap build and you wanted like different patches of color around the car, I suppose you could do that. Bolt-on black arches. Smooth black bolt-on arches. So just variations of color again with the same ones. I'm feeling a secondary color. I might go standard. I'm not sure. Is this going to be on the back? Kind of looks cool. That's sort of like the one that we had on the Comet. Huge primary spoiler. So that's like a proper race car one. Low carbon spoiler. Not really digging it. Sports carbon. So far, I'm liking that drift one. Liking the big old wang. Carbon drift spoiler. So I imagine this is just going to be all the same stuff again, just with the carbon versions. Ooh, that looked nice. Light mounted rear spoiler. That's probably my favorite one so far. Drag spoiler. That looks so retarded. It doesn't even go across like the whole back of the car. Carbon spoiler. Kind of digging that one. GT spoiler. That looks kind of cool if you want to go for a race car look. So I think I'm going to go for the light rear mounted spoiler. Transmission, race transmission. I'm kind of surprised there isn't. If you wanted to leave it stock, I suppose that would look cool. And I'd like that wing to be a bit wider. But I think, yeah, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Door speakers, carbon door cards, which aren't carbon door cards. So it makes like a chrome trim, makes the interior a bit more shiny. I think we'll go with that one. Leather seats, carbon bucket seats, livery, classic white stripe. Looks interesting. Black fills. I'm going to change the colour of the car to see what that's doing. Oh, so the black fills, that's pretty nice actually. So it makes a black roof. The rear's all black. You've got the black bits on the side there. On the bottom, on the splitter. I'm quite liking that. I might have to go with that one. Then you've got white fills as well. So if you wanted another colour and then have the white bits. Classic yellow stripe. They've got a haze livery. That is so sick. Now, if you guys remember from the Tuners and Outlaws trailer, I actually had the drift tamper and I'd done a haze livery for that. So maybe Rockstar are putting this in like in response to that. That is pretty cool. This is so sick. I kind of want to put this one on now, but I'm not doing a race build, so I'm not gonna. But it is cool that Rockstar have put a haze livery in. Hopefully that's in response to the Tuners and Outlaws trailer, which is pretty cool. Got Le Chen Liberty. That's a pretty cool one. Choker's baseball. That looks pretty cool actually. Brawl's livery, something to do with Liberty City. Not too sure what it's about. And then Auto Exotic. That looks nice. That looks really nice. So this one reminds me of that Japanese one that we had on the Sultan RS. Kind of cool. But I think I'm going to go with the black fills. Keep it nice and simple. So I think I might try and recreate that concept that I've seen. I'm actually going to go with some neons this time. Not something I normally do. Sometimes it's a bit rice. But if you do it with the right colours, I think it can look pretty nice. Haha, it rhymes. I'm a lyrical master. Now the secondary colour actually changes the calipers and the cage inside. So I think we'll go over red. So we've got red calipers and a red cage. Wheels, wheel type. So I think we'll actually go with some Mercy wheels and then change these to red as well. The only bit I don't really like about them is the little black, look like plasticky looking bits in the middle. Right, so for the interior colour, I think we'll leave that black. Street interior. Doesn't look very street. There's a... Hey guys, sorry, I'm just jumping in on a post-com. As you guys have just seen, my mic did die while I was recording. Don't know what happened to it, but I had to come outside to actually change the interior stuff. I didn't really like the actual stripped interiors or even the street interior for that matter. It put some like loads of dials and stuff in. Didn't really like it. So moving on to the actual lowering of the car. I couldn't lower it on single player. You might be able to do it online on console and on PC, but I'm not too sure. Actual performance as well didn't feel great. Like accelerating and stuff, it wasn't fantastic. So I wouldn't really recommend upgrading it for performance. Like with the Italia GTB, the standard version seemed a bit better. Drifting, I had to give it loads of handbrake to get into it, which meant I'd lose loads of speed. Couldn't get loads of angle, and I just couldn't keep it going. Again, the mid-drive speed boost isn't fantastic. So performance-wise, not exactly great. I prefer the standard version. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much all for this video. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like and do not forget to subscribe if you are new. Sorry about my camera was fine, my mic died. Don't know what happened. So I do also hope to get a new vlog on the go tomorrow as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the last one. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave it linked at the end of this video. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.